Hi everybody, in this video we are going to start the implementation of linked list in C++. So this is how a linked list is going to look like. Okay, so if there are 5 elements, then each of the value will be stored in one node, right? So 5 values means 5 nodes will be there, and the 5 nodes will be connected like this. And what will be known is the address of the first node, that is what is called as head. Only head will be known, and that is how we will refer to the linked list, and we are particularly talking about only single linked list. Okay, so in single linked list you will be having only one property, that is the head. Okay, and first we will be talking about the create list function. So in create list function, what we are going to do is we are going to create an empty list. Okay, the objective of this function is to create an empty list. So how will we indicate an empty list is if head is null. Okay, head is null. Actually null is equivalent to something like 0 for integers. Okay, it is like emptiness. So addresses will be generally initialized to null to indicate that they do not point to anything. What are addresses? Basically addresses are going to hold some memories addresses and pointers. Basically pointers are going to hold address of some memory, and how will we initialize pointers is we will make it to null. So here also we are going to make head as null to indicate that empty list. So the objective of the create list function is to create a empty list. How do we do is by just making the head to be null. And when we look at the implementation, how we are going to implement is we have to represent each and every node, right? So how we are going to represent a node is we are going to create a structure for it. We are going to create a structure for the node. There will be two members. Then when you look at it, you can understand. One is the data part. Here in this case the data part is an integer. Okay, so you will have a data part, and there is a address part. Okay, so what type of addresses there? How will we indicate addresses? Addresses we will indicate by star. Okay, so if I want a pointer variable, I will just tell star a. If it is a integer pointer in the sense in that particular address, okay, there is an integer means we will declare as int. If in that address floating point value is going to be there means we will declare as float, and so on. When you look at here, what address is here? What address is here is address of the another one node, right? Or data type is this? This is node. Each and every element here is a node, right? So what will be the data part, and then you are going to have the address part. What address is? Address of a node. So node star, and we are going to use a name as next. Okay, because it is holding the address of the next node. So let us give the name as next. So we can start the implementation. Yeah, so we have included the header file and declare the structure to represent the node. In C you have to explicitly type define it, but in the case of C++ it will automatically get type defined, so no problem at all. And first member is the data member, and next one is going to be the address of node, right? And you are putting a semicolon, right? And next we have to represent the list. How will we represent the list is by using a class. Okay, so class list, and the private part is going to be containing the data member, that is head. Head cannot be accessed from outside, it can be accessed only from the member functions. Now we are going to use this create list function. This create list function is just going to make an empty list. So its return type is nothing. Actually the list which is going to be created comes implicit, right? So we need not pass it in object oriented programming, but if you are writing a C code, then you have to explicitly pass it, and you have to decide the passing mechanism and so on. But in C++, no problem at all. This function will be called through a list only, so that will come as an implicit object. Fine. Okay, so let me write it, define it. So I will tell create list, okay, and here we will tell head is equal to null. Pointers will be initialized like this. Fine. Okay, so what we are going to see next is isEmpty function. So what is the purpose of the isEmpty function is, it will also take a list as the input and check if the list is empty or not. If head is null, then we will tell the list is empty. So we will just check if head is null, then you are going to return true, otherwise you are going to return false. That's how we are going to check. So declare the function as a member function in the class, and you make the return type as bool, right? Bool is available in C++, though it is integer internally, we can use it as bool. So let us use it as bool itself, right? And we are going to define the function. How will you define it? If head is null, right? If head is null, then it will be false. Null is false in C and C++, okay? So how can I do is if not of head, right? If the list is empty, head will be null and not of head will be true, okay? So in this case you can tell return true, okay? And next line we can tell return false, okay, because if the condition was true, then this might have executed and so on. Let us write the main for this. So how will you write the main? You will create an object for a list, okay, and then you can check the isEmpty, right? isEmpty returned, right? Fine. So what I will do is, I will just comment this line. I will not initialize head, okay? If you are not initializing head, what will happen is, just let us try to visualize when main is going to get executed, this particular line will get executed, right? So you will get L. What is an L? There is only one data member, that is head, okay, and this contains some garbage value, right? This contains some garbage value. When if suppose okay, I have written as create list, okay, if it is create list then it's fine. Actually I can make this as a constructor itself, that variation we can do, because create list wants to initialize the things. If you want to initialize the data members, better to write a constructor. Last implementation itself we discussed. So if I have it as a constructor, then what will happen is, this constructor will be automatically invoked and it will make head as null, okay. So here in this memory, instead of having some garbage value, it will be having as null. So when you check as empty, it will return true, okay. How in true will be printed is 1 and false is 0. Now what I have done is, I have commented this line. Since I have commented this line, it will not get initialized. Just recall that C and C++ do not initialize the memory, okay. So we should see a false for isEmpty, okay. So let us compile the code and run it. Yes, isEmpty returned. I didn't print it, sorry. L dot isEmpty, let us call it. Yes, isEmpty return 0. 0 means it is telling false, okay, but actually the list is empty only. Why it is returning false? Because we haven't initialized the head. Please understand that everything is in the hands of the programmer only. We have to correctly do it. So in the constructor, now I have initialized this to be null, right? Now you can see that isEmpty return 1, right? And the other functions like create node, print list, everything I think we can take up in the next videos. I will share the code in the GitHub. You can try out and check. Thank you.